Happy Thanksgiving. It is for me. Although the last few days leading up to Thanksgiving weren't quite so happy. Let me explain. So about 9 days ago, we started experiencing a challenge with a service that we've been working on and rely on for one of our software companies that we were led down the wrong path, and we were told to do something that we were assured would work, and it did not. Cause more conflict, cause more problems, and has subsequently caused me 9 days of stress. That's number one. Number two, actually probably is number one technically. Coming on 2 weeks ago, last Saturday, my dad fell in his front yard in Albuquerque. The grace of God put someone in his path that saw him where he was right before dark. He was not able to move. He had broken his femur in 2 spots and was in dire need of attention. And believe it or not, a parent of my former goalkeeper for my soccer team happened to be driving by. There's a ripple story. I'll share more about this at some point, but let's just say thank God he did, and happened to glance over and noticed my dad's leg sticking out from behind a very large rock that he has placed in the front yard, and decided to investigate. Would have been bad. Can't talk about it still because it makes me emotional, and it still bothers me to this day. But in the last 2 weeks, my dad had to go through surgery that following morning. He's had a pretty rough go of it, had pneumonia, trying to avoid COVID, being in the hospital. None of us kids, all of us live out of state, none of us could be there to watch over his prognosis and deal with doctors directly and make sure that rehab is going the way it needs to. We're doing it all from afar, and that's been a super challenge. Talking to him on the phone, he goes through these ebbs and flows where he's, super positive and just wanting to put in the work. And other times you can tell he's just starting to get a little bit depressed that this is potentially where he's going to be for a long time. They moved him yesterday from the rehab hospital because he's not making as much progress as he needs to a skilled nursing. And he seems happy in the room that they gave him and where it is and the staff so far. But yet, here's Thanksgiving, and I'm not able to spend it with him. We're not able to be there. We're not able to even see him. And I know there are kids out there that are dealing with parents in rest homes and facilities that are going through this as well, and I'm super empathetic to it. And then, of course, I had this situation at work blossom up over 9 days where the stress level went from, probably low 20s to well over 100, and it was a situation that we didn't put ourselves in, we had no control over, and the people that actually were the root cause of it actually just abandoned us. There were lies, broken promises. There's a whole book out of how bad this situation was handled. I'm not going to name names, not going to say what the issue specifically was, but I will say at some point I will, because it's a diagram of how not to treat customers, how not to provide your level of service. And I was so stressed coming up against the holiday that I got up. I was at the office at 3 a.m. on Tuesday morning, and I'm firing off emails to top executives and saying, somebody here has to give a crap about a customer, right? And finally got a hold of someone that was, by the grace of God, willing to take control of this situation and get it resolved. About 12 hours later, we were up and going and back where we needed to be. Fortunately, where our customers were not impacted, not at least in a way that they could see. And at the end of the day, we could celebrate, the challenges of where we needed to be, what we needed to be doing. Some of that was continuing on through yesterday, but for the most part, the major storm had passed by the end of yesterday. And so as I approached Thanksgiving Day, I was coming in this morning to realize how grateful I am. Grateful for the opportunity to be in a situation where I have that stress, even though I don't love it at that time, to realize that we're building something of significance, that issue, albeit not fun, I am building something that allows us to compete at a level that is big enough. We had one support technician that at one point said, I don't know how you got a hold of the people you did, but let's put it this way. If the federal government went down, you're probably first in line ahead of them, to be taken care of. So that was the ultimate Ripple. And again, probably a Ripple customer service story at some point, but that made me feel good that we could, take control and solve or at least attempt to solve our own problems. I got grateful for the fact that I'm in a situation where we have a team that responded so well under so much stress and uncertainty that they stepped up to the plate and did such an amazing job. My COO and my success client managers are amazing individuals, as people anyway. But when the pressure is on, they just exhibit the coolest and calmest nerves that you can imagine, and they do what is necessary and just helped us navigate this situation. So I was really grateful for that. All the while, I'm working on a couple of large deals, trying to navigate those waters and focus my attention and efforts to get those done. And I'm thinking to myself, here I am working on something that has huge impact to our business and operation, and yet God is still placing opportunity in my path, and I'm so grateful for that. I'm grateful that my dad's under the care of people that really do care about him and will help us navigate the waters of his recovery, and hopefully we can get him back at his house, which is our ultimate goal and his ultimate goal. I'm grateful that I've got a wife that still, despite everything going on, didn't allow me to cancel our Thanksgiving plans for our company, and still did a tremendous job and brought food up and prepared everything, and everybody got to have a late lunch yesterday, and we could all take a breath because it had been a rough patch. I'm grateful my son got back from Albuquerque. He's out of kind of a hotbed of COVID situation over there, and he's going to be with us through his graduation that's coming up in a few weeks. I can't believe I'm going to have a college graduate. I got my other son who just this week, we finished up our soccer season. I've coached his team for a long, long time, 24 seasons. We walked off the pitch. We had a game a week ago Thursday, and he recognized how important it was to me that this was the end of my soccer coaching career, and that extra hug, that little extra length of time that he gave me was more than I could ever ask for. And it was great for him, and it was great for all the players that, I've just had the pleasure of getting to know and be a part of their lives as they've grown up for young men into men. And I'm just amazed. But just this month has been, in a lot of ways you could look at it like, man, this is pretty consistent with 2020. But I am so grateful. I'm so grateful for everything that I've been through, I've experienced. I'm grateful that I probably put on a whole lot more gray hairs, which is why I'm wearing the cap today. But I have the luxury and the ability to deal with these situations. And I know they always say what makes you, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I am testament to that. I am testament to that. So as you sit down and reflect today for your own list of gratitudes or thankful things in your life, do take the time to feel it inside here, right? And realize that those things are a gift. Sometimes even the stresses that 2020 has put on us, the stresses and the issues that it has created, provides us an opportunity to look at some things, do some things differently, and potentially be more grateful for some things. So that's my thoughts. I just wanted to share them. I'm sorry that I kind of pined on about all my problems. Like, I know the world's got a ton of problems, right? Mine are minor in comparison, but they're major for me. And thanks for watching the video up to this point. I hope you and your family or whoever you're spending Thanksgiving with, hopefully at a respectable, safe physical distance, that you enjoy the time, have some smiles, have some laughs, and enjoy the ripple, because that's the opportunity to create those ripples during those holiday memories. Until next time, my friends, happy Thanksgiving and ripple on.